Hi, welcome back to another episode of Hailey Knits a Bit. As the name suggests, my name is Hailey and I come to you from Tennessee, where I live with my fiance, 3 dogs, and a cat. And today is Monday. It's Memorial Day. I believe that's the 27th. I tried to upload an episode yesterday and for some reason it just keeps loading. And I was like, I'll just refilm it and just do it instead of I've been doing 4K 60 on my phone or whatever, I don't know. Today I did 4K, not 4K, HD 60 instead, so a little bit less, I guess. But yeah, and I kept thinking yesterday was the 30th or 31st, and it's not that far in the month. Close, but not quite. So no finished objects this week, but I do have a few whips and sort of acquisitions and then future plans. So summer sock camp started on Friday, so that's exciting, and I do plan to really partake in that this year, so we'll get jumping. Most of my objects are socks. So the first object, I'm gonna have to start like swapping out my bags because they've just been living in the same ones. This is my Mountain State Stitches bag, the succulent one, and I really do love the handle on here and the drawstring. It's quite lovely. But this is my Follow Your Path socks by Kay, the crazy sock lady. And I did not choose the best yarn to pattern ratio here, but I still like it anyways because I've been wanting to try out this pattern since I've gone in it for a couple of years ago, I think. And yeah, so this is her large size, so I cast it on 72 stitches. I did 20 rounds for the cuff, and the amount of rounds that she calls for the leg, plus a few because I wanted to do a full repeat before I started the heel. And the heel I meant to do in the contrast color, which I'll talk about the yarn in a minute, but I was about halfway done when I realized it, so I just opted to do the heel turn in the contrast color, as you can see. And the heel flap is an Eye of Partridge heel flap, I believe it's called, and I really like how that looks. It's really neat. And yeah, so last week when I showed this, I wasn't done with the leg yet, so I finished that up, did the heel turn, and picked up the gusset and did all the gusset decreases, and I am working away at the foot. This morning I put a stitch marker to indicate where I had about 4 inches left before I started the toe, which I counted how many rounds that is, and it's 45 rounds. So I have 45 rounds from where the stitch marker is, and I measured this a little bit earlier, and right now, at this current moment, I have 7 inches. So I have about 2 inches left before I start the toe, which the toe I'm gonna do in the contrast color since I forgot to do the heel in it. And yeah, so the yarn is a sock set that I purchased during her sale, and it's from the Scranton Stitcher, and it's the color Nice Capades. So it's 75 25 superwash merino nylon, and it's 463 yards is the main skein. And I try to wind this with my setup really doesn't like mini skeins, so I do it anyways, and it makes little bits and bobs fall out. I'll just figure that out later anyways. But yeah, Nice Capades is this nice like blue color base, and then it's got all kinds of different other colors in it. It's got green, red, yellow, almost like a white, and the contrast is this nice turquoise kind of teal color. No, it's not a turquoise, it's a teal, bluish green. And yeah, I really like how this is turning out so far. I love it in stockinette. I should have just done a vanilla sock instead, but I did not want to do a stockinette or a vanilla sock when I started. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody outside. So I knit my socks with a Chalgu 9-inch circular needle until I get about 2 or 3 decreases of the toe. Then I swap over to Magic Loop. But I use a US 1.5, which I was watching Needles at the Ready podcast, and Kevin was saying something about how he watched Summer Lee, and she said to have a nice gauge for your socks, she recommends like 9-inch, 9 or was it 9 stitches? 8 or 9 stitches, I can't remember which. And I measured it, and my socks pretty much are right on par with that. So I'll stick with my US 1.5, which I'm happy with. I used to do a US 2, and that was terrible. So I figured that out. The stitch markers I have on here is, I randomly just grabbed this. This is like the first one I grabbed, and it is, I wish it would focus on it like really badly. It's so cute. This is a Hello Graviella progress keeper or stitch marker, and I found her shop about 3 or 4 updates before she quit making progress keepers and stuff, like before she got a different job. But I really love her stuff, so it's really cute. And then the beginning of the round I have as my sable and stone. Yeah, I liked how the blue, or the grayish blue of the stone, I can't remember what kind it is, goes with the blue of the sock. So I should have this done. I'm hoping I'll have the toe started by the end of the night. We'll see, because I plan to start knitting away once I get done with filming this and trying to upload it again. Hopefully this time it uploads. The other whip that I had made really good progress on, especially this morning, because I woke up at like 5 and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I just decided to be productive and knit. It's been in my Denim and Rain bag from her mushroom collection. As you can see, little mushrooms in there. And this is like just a sock size bag. But this is the Opal yarn, which I don't know the color number of, but I purchased it from Pegasus. I can't remember her full shop name, on Etsy. I will try to include it in the notes. I know I did in the last time I mentioned this. But I figured out where the beginning of the round is, which I am currently at, so that's why it's not on here currently. But I have been using my little sable and stone, because I figured that out this morning, and it has a lever back, so I just clasped it where I know the beginning of the round is. But yeah, this morning I completely finished the leg, so I'm ready to start the heel. And then I had my little cute Lock and Loo little blue bird stitch marker on there to mark where I was halfway done with the leg. So this yarn, yeah, is Opal, like I said, but I'm following the stitch counts of Kay the Crazy Sock Lady's vanilla sock pattern, the size large, 72 stitches. So I did 20 rounds for the cuff, I believe, 70 rounds for the leg, and then just gonna keep going because these are for Daryl. And I really like these, how these are turning out, but they kind of rub my finger raw. I don't know why. Like how I grip it with my thumb. I'm not sure, but yeah. So it's a nice blue with some yellow and like a neutral kind of like the white with little brown spots in it. Kind of reminds me of a rubber band for some reason. I'm not sure, but yeah. So a lot of yellow, blue, a bit of green, and some brown in there. And that's a full, as you can see, I've done a full like repeat already. So I hope I can maybe get the heel done today. We'll see. A new cast on that I have made is from Tiny Human Knits, and that is with a US 1.5 as well. And a long tail cast on is what I usually always do. Unless it calls for something different. So this is from Tiny Human Knits, and this is color lavender filled, and I just got like the micro skein. So it comes with the 50-gram main and the 20-gram mini, the color lavender filled. I really love this color, like really love it. And I did not get far this morning, but this is gonna be for me, and I'm gonna do like a short stock. I haven't decided how long I want to make the cuff yet though. So I did 6 rounds. No, I did like 9 rounds for the cuff, and I'll probably just do a multiple of that. So I'll do either a cuff length or a leg length that like is 9 or ends with a 3. Something that's divisible by 9 is how long I will make the leg. So I was excited about casting those on. The other new cast on is, hopefully this is not too far down in here. So I have not figured out the garment yet that I want to make, but I was looking around for 2 skein shawls and came across the Graviella shawl, I believe is the name of it, by Woollen Pine. And it is a nice like lacy shawl pattern. It uses a old Norwegian cast on, which was super easy to do. And yeah, I have not got far. I'm only about like 8 or so rows in, and then it's got 2 different charts. And of course I'm in the middle of a row, but at least I got started with that, and I think I will continue on with it. I'm using the called for needles, and the progress keepers are, I know the little flower ones are from Hello Lavender, and then the leaf ones, I believe, are from a stitch marker set I purchased during Explorer Knits and Fibers winter market update. And then this color is from Woolberry, from her coastal collection. I believe this is Coast or Seashore. I can't really remember which, but it's this nice light blue color, and this is the fingering base. I don't remember the breakdown of it, but it's what you would make socks out of. I know it's not like just superwash merino. But yeah, so that is a cast on. And then the last cast on I have done is a super new one as well. It is I believe it's called the Seafarer socks by Summer Lee. And this is with Explorer Knits and Fibers color Acorn. Not Acorn, Stash. I believe it's Stash. I literally brought over the label. And I know I brought over the label because I grabbed 2 labels. Yes, I did. Acorn Stash. It's both. And it's with the Denali sock, which is 8% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it's 400 yards. And there's her logo that it was when it was from. But yeah, so that was also purchased during her winter market update, and a nice brown with some lighter brown, some kind of caramel, gold colors, and a little bit of purple. And I have not got far at all on these. I am following Summer Lee's pattern to a T, minus the socks or the needle size. She calls for a size 1 for the size large, but I'm doing it at US 1.5 because that's what I'm comfortable with. And I just did the length she called for of the cuff. And I'll probably will make the leg a bit longer, just depending. But that is the last cast on for this week. Everything else, I believe, that I've spoken about before is still on the needles, but I have not touched it. So I'm trying to find a picture of the Seafarer socks for you so you can see them. Yeah, those are it. Pretty cute, pretty cute. So those are just a nice cable, but that is one of my acquisitions for this week. I was highly influenced to purchase the book. Really excited about it. I definitely want to make a lot of patterns out of here and follow her recommendations and whatnot. She has a lot of helpful hints and tricks and tips, and it's a really nice book. I really like how soft, I don't know if anybody else has said this, but I like how soft the pages are. I don't know if that's just me, but that was one thing I purchased, and then went ahead and purchased the 52 Weeks of Socks Volume 2, and I've just gone through that a few times. It's like one of those books, it's just nice to be able to look at, even if I don't ever knit a pattern out of there. Hopefully I will, but we'll see. At least I have it. So those were my knitting acquisitions for this week. I did purchase a mug and a mystery skein from Craft Me Not Yarn Co. because I didn't break it, but my favorite mug from her winter box from 2 years ago, she had some leftover stock like sometime last year or something like that, and I purchased it. I really love it. So I think this will be my third replacement or fourth. I think it's third. I think it's my third replacement. I just really like that mug, and she's only got one more left after the one I purchased. So yeah, she still had her $15 mystery sock skeins left. So I did purchase one of those as well because I've been wanting to do that, but I just didn't want to place an order for just that. So I was waiting until I had something else to order from her before I decided to, oblige myself. Yeah, so future aspirations is I hope to, next cast-ons, I want to cast on a rib sock for Daryl with the Patons Kroy socks that I purchased from Hobby Lobby during clearance in 2021 or 2020. And this is turquoise jacquard is the color, a blue with some browns, gray, black, and a little bit green. So I want to do a red sock out of that because he really loves his red socks. I knew he would, but he just didn't believe it. The other one I want to cast on is this sock set I got from Nanette Wake, the avocado shake, and it's just a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the mini is this really nice navy blue color. I'm also kind of thinking about using the red with it too, maybe. And this is from Woolberry. This is a leftover I had from her winter sock set. It came with the color we got there in the end, so it's like the mystery because it came with 2 mini skeins. So I'm tempted to do that sometime soon. The other thing I am tempted to cast on is Sari Nordlund had a sale going on her patterns, so I purchased quite a few different patterns, and I want to knit. So this is I decided to rip out the Tulsa tee, so I guess I don't know if I spoke about that yet, but this is Craft Me Not's cotton merino in the color Iris, and I've got 3 skeins of this, I believe, or 4, but I believe I have enough to make the Billie Pullover, I think, the slip over, I think is the name of it. Yeah, it's just like, vest almost, slip over, and it calls for DK weight yarn, and I think that would look pretty nicely with, long sleeve shirt or by itself, or, it's like just a accent pullover garment piece. So that's an idea of a future project. The other thing that I was thinking about pattern wise is I kind of want to cast on, once it comes out, when it gets published, because currently it's in test knitting, is some sort of ribbed tank top from Handmade by Florence. It's really pretty. High Fiber Knits, Emily, and then I believe it's Megan from A Naughty Mess. They're both testing it right now, so I think that's a good idea. I definitely want to do that sometime. But yeah, other garment wise, I'm not really sure. We'll just see where it takes me. I'm quite happy with knitting socks right now. So we'll just not push it too much because it's crafting. It's supposed to be fun. So yeah, I think that's all knitting wise. I do want to make some pretty good progress on stuff. I hope to have at least the Opal one sock finished and the Follow Your Path socks with the Scranton Stitcher yarn. Hope to have that one finished as well by the next podcast, and some good progress made on my other ones. Maybe touch some of the ones I didn't touch this week, like the library socks or the DK weight socks. I started for Daryl. I would like to do that. Book-wise, so I guess we'll move off from knitting because that's all I've got to say about that right now. I really haven't been reading too much, but I did find Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, but I've been really looking for that one since I was made aware of it, and I finally found it, so I purchased it. And then I purchased The Day of Romantics by Ashley Poston because I read The 7-Year Slip by her and I did like it pretty well, so I did get that as well. I've only read a few pages of Just for the Summer and only read a few pages of People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and that was pretty much all of the knitting, or not knitting, but reading I've done. Watching wise, we started Evil, which is a it aired on CBS, but they just released the first and second season on Netflix, and we finished season 1, and we're a few episodes in on season 2, and we've been enjoying that. That's pretty much all the watching we've been doing. I did start Doctor Who on the Max app, and only got a few episodes into that, but I'll just listen to it whenever I've got time. But I've been listening to a lot of YouTube videos, true crime stuff, and then knitting podcasts and stuff like that too. So that is about it for this week. I hope I am 100% next week because I can hear myself. I don't know if I actually sound weird to anybody else or just myself, but I can feel it in my head. So that's all for this today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who commented on my last video. That was really exciting to have so many comments. I hope to have some more comments in the future too. Lisa from That Darn Hen watched my video, or just commented on it at the very least, which was very nice of her because I never expect her to comment or see it or any such of the sort. So that was really kind. And then Wyoming Knits, I believe is her name, she commented on my video too, which is really sweet. I like her videos also. And yeah, I was just happy about the engagement I got back on it. If anybody has ideas of a nice summer garment, let me know because I still have plenty of stash going on, which that's what's behind the store, but we keep the ceiling fans on and you can see that in the background. I thought that was distracting, so I decided to close it. But yeah, I guess that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all have a good Memorial Day, and I hope this uploads. Fingers crossed. Y'all have a good day. Bye.